Okay, guys, about time I'd done this actually. Going to be a fast one. Domestic duties call. Shield must be obeyed. Must be kept happy, or it's for me and the channel. And I don't want that yet. I'm not ready to go. Not when we're so close to winning our country back. Been meaning to do this video for a long, long time. People talk about the person we're going to look at now in a second. Once upon a time, he was known as the bad boy of the BNP. Anyhow, let's go have a look who we're talking about, is there? Yeah, it's Mark Collett. I'm in that guy's way. Well, actually, I'm not really interested in him. No disrespect. Uh, it's the gentleman on the left of the screen we're here to talk about. It's Mark Collett, former British National Party. He's over on Lamont's channel. I'll leave a link in the description. Who do I personally know about Mark? Well, I bet I haven't seen Mark for 10, 15, 16 years. He was younger then. He doesn't really look that much older, to be honest. He's aged well. What was he like? Pleasant, articulate, extremely intelligent. And his mother, I hope she's still around. I don't know if she is, but she was a lovely lady. And she clearly cared deeply for Mark. But so, was he the bad boy they portrayed them to be? He said one or two things that ignorant people would say is unacceptable, but I think that's because his knowledge of how the world works was probably superior to their knowledge of the way they think the world works. Yeah. Anyhow, I've only seen half of this video. It's an hour long. It's quite good, but for me, time really is tight these days. So let's have a listen to what Mark has to say, and then I'll close, and then you can go over and watch it in full, and I can move on to something next. Okay, take it away, Mark. Long time since I heard his voice.
Research. I think simping is something to do with OnlyFans girls. I don't know. I'm a bit old for all that shit. The neo-Nazi, Nazi. How would you describe yourself?
Well, I describe myself as an ethno-nationalist. I've always described myself as a nationalist, but now there seems to be sort of two camps. You have the sort of civic nationalists and you have the ethno-nationalists. I'm an ethno-nationalist. I am English. I'm proud to be English. And I believe that white Britons, i.e., the English, the Scottish, and the Welsh, they deserve a homeland just like any other ethnic group. And my belief is basically that we as a people need to turn around the demographic changes taking place, because I don't want white Britons to become a minority. And secondly, I want to ensure that Britain is run by the indigenous people for the benefit of the indigenous people. So I want us to remain a supermajority in our homeland, and I also want our homeland to be run for our benefit rather than for the benefit of people who are foreign or for the benefit of foreign countries.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. That sounds like it's right out of the playbook of Restore Britain. Do you know Rupert Lowe?
Well, I mean, Rupert Lowe is now talking my talking points, because I've been doing this since 2000. I'm now 45. I've been doing this for 26 years. I first got involved in this when I was at university. And it's very interesting to see that the things that I was deplatformed from X for, the things that I've had my bank accounts taken away for, the reasons I've been banned from any form of foreign travel are essentially now the policy points of people like Rupert Lowe. So the things that I've faced such repression for over my lifetime are now the talking points of a sitting MP. And it tells you that there is a massive vibe shift at the moment. What we're seeing is this unprecedented political change where people are talking about things that at one point were seen as highly taboo. And it was quite a taboo thing. And as I said, I have suffered sort of quite heavily because of my political beliefs. I've been doing this, I've been consistent in doing this for the past 26 years. But now,
Well, everything he said so far I agree with. He did suffer, along with lots of other BNP people. We really suffered. I really went through the meat grinder, as you know from previous stories I've told you. Mark suffered. He's to be saluted, and what he says is absolutely correct. There was a time, I wore this hat. I normally wear my bush hat. Sometimes I wear this out on the streets, round the towns and villages of Wales. There was a time I'd have been beaten to a pulp for wearing this hat. Now, not so much, either because they don't recognise it anymore, I don't know. But the things Mark is saying now is only the things he was saying way back, as he said 25 years ago, or what I was saying 50 years ago, and what patriots before me were saying decades before. Yeah. Anyhow, let's continue. I'm going to skip forward a bit, see what else Mark is talking about. Bear with me.
Of anyone.
No, that's fair enough. Now, moving on from the BNP, we talked about remigration now and Steve Laws. How well is Patriotic Alternative doing? That's your party, isn't it?
Well, it's not a party. We are a community building organisation. We believe in three things: community, advocacy, and activism. Now, we attempted to be registered as a political party. The Electoral Commission blocked us numerous times for ridiculous reasons. And we eventually, when Nigel Farage came back into politics, we were still trying to become registered as a political party, and we weren't allowed to. So we had an agreement with the English Democrats. We gave them our people who wanted to stand as candidates. We gave them our activists in order to leaflet for them. And we worked with Steve Laws and the English Democrats to field a number of candidates at the general election. Almost as soon as we announced that, Nigel Farage came back into politics. This was 2024, the general election. And at that point, it was over before it even started. Nigel Farage is one of those people who is a political juggernaut, and his involvement in British politics carries so much weight that the previous Reform Party conference, when it was being run by Richard Tice, had around 300 people present. When Nigel Farage got back involved, they were filling the Birmingham NEC, one of the conference centres of the Birmingham NEC. Nigel Farage is such an influential and successful man that if you are going to take on populist right-wing politics when he is active, you are going to be carving out a tiny, an almost, how can I call it? Embarrassing, really, an embarrassing number of votes. You have this niche because he's going to take everything else. So at that point, we stopped applying to the Electoral Commission. We said, let them get on with politics, let them get on with this battle for Westminster, and we will do what we do best. And what we do best is community building, advocacy, and activism. And what I mean by those three things is community building is we hold meetings, we hold social events, we hold camps, fitness events, and we build an ethno-nationalist community. We carry out advocacy. Advocacy is where we fight for the rights of our people. We raise money for political prisoners. We write to the prison service and advocate for the rights of political prisoners. And we take up cases on behalf of people who are of our ethnic group who need our help. So we advocate for the good of our people, for the rights of our people. And the final part is activism. We also go out on the streets. We're part of the protest movement. We were recently at the large protest in Warwick, and we are going to be holding another one of those protests in Nuneaton at the end of this month on the 28th of March. So if any of your viewers would like to attend that, we would absolutely welcome them. I am doing that in conjunction with Steve Laws. There was also the National Front there. There was also White Vanguard. There was also the British Democrats. Other groups who want to attend are welcome to attend as long as they stick to our code of conduct and agree to behave in a reasonable fashion. Numerous speakers spoke there, myself, Laura Towler, Hugh Anthony, Steve Laws, and we are going to build a powerful ethno-nationalist protest movement. So by doing those three things, community, advocacy, and activism, we are building something very different to a political party. Now,
okay, guys, a couple of interesting things. I'm going to wrap up this video now. First of all, before I forget, I'm fully on board with what he's saying, looking after the political prisoners. If I can find out the details, we've got a few pound left. We'll donate what we can to that. And the other thing is, if any of you out there know details of this Nuneaton demonstration, we'll certainly promote it on the Green Arrow channel, Paul Morris Green Arrow. We'll do that. Mark described himself as an ethno-nationalist. I prefer to use the word nationalist because a British nationalist to me means white. But that's just semantics, isn't it? Ethno-nationalist, white nationalist, civic nationalist. I can see that, but to me nationalist means white. Okay, guys, that's all I've got for you. I've got to run. I thought that was really, really good. It was nice to listen to Mark. I told you he was intelligent, articulate. I'd like him to see him debate someone like Dick Inman. He'd wipe the floor with him. Oh my God. Ethno-nats, what can you do with them? Elect them into government and save your country. You've been listening to Paul Morris, the Green Arrow. Caution Crusader. Glad to see you out there, my friend. So glad. Thank you for the video. Okay, guys, see you on the next one.